There are so many brands doing so many cushion foundations, right? Let me just get one thing straight. Just because a brand puts a foundation into a cushion, it doesn't mean it's K-beauty. Or that is going to be just as good. We all know Korean beauty brands do it better when it comes to skincare, makeup, beauty in general. They just have a bit more innovation. It's a bit funner in general. So with every brand trying to jump onto I'm going to say trend in air quotes because it's not a trend, cushion foundations, I want to share with you some of my favorite ones that are actually really, really good from Korean brands. I do have discount codes for YesStyle and Olive Young, so more than likely you're going to find these on there. I will link them below alongside the discount codes for you, should you want to buy any of them. But I want to do this so you know what to buy and not waste your money on some random American brand being like, yeah, it's K-beauty when it's not. You don't get that same quality. So give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful, subscribe if you haven't already, and just so you all know, I post on this channel 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday, and on my reaction channel 3 to 4 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And just so you know, I am oily but dehydrated. So I'm very dehydrated around my nose. I get a lot of texture in this area of my nose. Not so much nowadays because the skincare I'm using has helped that a lot. I have a kind of like texture on my cheeks here. I have sun damage, so you can see a lot more texture on this area than you can say from here and here. Everywhere else I'm good, but I have a very, very oily T-zone with that dehydrated texture underneath. So it's a very annoying skin type to have, but I think a lot of people have it. But for those who don't know me, I've been a professional makeup artist for almost 20 years. You know, the other day on TikTok, I had to explain to someone along with other people that professional makeup artist is in fact a job. I was like, who do you think does people's makeup for movies? Who do you think does it for like theaters? Oh, I haven't got my contacts in. It's a contactless video today. I also want to add, this isn't just my favorites. So I'm not including Yopoda in this, who I absolutely love. I'm not including Romand. I'm also not including other Jungsae cushions. I featured them in a few reels recently, so I want to give some other ones, you know, some shine time. Okay, let's start with the first one. This is from one of my absolute favorite brands in the whole world for skin prep, makeup. I'm shouting a lot for some reason. This is from Jungsae, and this is the Masterclass Radiant Cushion. It's very much in the name. So this gives you a really, really great glow. So if you are into glowy skin, and we have 2, 3 in this, that's going to give you glowy skin. I have something for everyone. This does have SPF 50 PA+++, but of course still wear your sunscreen underneath. And this is a glowy cushion that is long lasting. So a lot of us think with like hydration, glow, stuff like that, and a lot of us do experience it coming off, or perhaps not lasting as long, quicker than most foundations. And that's going to be true for those of us who are oily in the middle here and down the T-zone. You know me, I like to prep with a mattifying setting spray first, or a mattifying product, and then set with a very lightweight sheer powder, like a very I was about to say powdery powder. Not like one of those heavy baking powders. I mean like a very smooth one. So this, as always, comes with your puff here. It comes with the pad on the side. Sorry, these are all going to be unclean because I have used them. For reference, I'm the shade Y4 Sand. For those who don't know, Jungsae is a very, I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, is a very famous South Korean makeup artist who's been in the industry for over 30 years. And she has her own makeup brand. It's an incredible brand. They have a whole range, I think I spoke about numerous times in my videos, the Essential Mall range, which is just the most beautiful skincare. You have to experience it yourself. For all skin types, it looks incredible on oily skin, dry skin, and it's something like you've never experienced before. And this cushion foundation has the Radiant More Ampoule in it, and that's what helps with the long-lasting glow and long-lasting hydration. So instead of a product being full of water, it's full of this ampoule. An ampoule is almost like a serum, but lighter weight. And this really does have a super long-lasting glow. I mean, this will keep you glowing from the minute you put it on until the minute you take it off. I wore this while I was out in South Korea, and the weather it wasn't hot in any way. It was medium. It wasn't cold. I was never outside like, oh, it's freezing. I was never outside like, oh, it's hot, you know, when it's just like normal. So I'm going to recommend this for those people who have dehydrated skin drier skin, who want a medium coverage, who also want a glow, a manageable glow. Okay, next up we're going to talk about a brand who I think are doing incredible things, and this is another glowy texture, another glowy formula. You notice I have two here. I'll talk about them both in just a moment. This is the HERA Reflection Skin Glow Cushion Foundation. Listen, I have never experienced a foundation like this. This is ultimate glow. If you want to be ridiculous glowing, I'm not talking glitter, we're not talking shimmer, we're not talking greasy or oily, we are talking healthy looking skin glow. This is one of the most beautiful, most unique formulas I think I have ever tried in a foundation in general. They describe it really well as a transparent glow, which is what it is. It's not a color apart from the skin tone you get, but it is one which is colorless. And they also describe it as a flexible shine from within. It has SPF 40, use sunscreen underneath still. And no matter what angle your face is at, these cushions give a stunning, stunning glow. It is beautiful. This shade range is quite limited. There is only 7 shades, and I think I am the darkest. Yeah, I know, and I'm pale. Today. I'm pale this end of the year. I do have something here as well that can be for any skin tone. So what I love that's a little bit more unique about this cushion as well is it has this kind of hybrid mesh and cushion, right? So there's a mesh layer on top here, almost like a trampoline, imagine, you know, that kind of like it bounces up and down, but it's a mesh layer. And then you have the cushion underneath as well. So this is gonna give you, you know, sometimes when you push down too hard on your sponge, what I find a lot of people do actually with these foundations is they get their sponge and they push down really hard, and then they think there's nothing on a sponge, so they push down more, and then they have too much product. When you're using these foundations, you're gonna push down and you're not gonna see much on your cushion, but trust me, there's a lot on your cushion. So this gives you the product from the sponge, then almost filters it through the mesh. So you still have a product there. It's not wasting any product, but it's not overpacking your puff or your pad, your cushion with the product. You're always gonna get that natural coverage. It contains 75% skincare, so much so that it actually claims to improve your skin's clarity in just 14 days. So that's what, 2 weeks of using it, and it says it's gonna improve your skin. So in this foundation on 25N1 Amber, we also have, now this is my favorite thing ever. So it's a shade 00N1, and it's just a completely clear highlight. Look how beautiful that is. There's no color, nothing like that. It's just glow. Can you see on my arm here? This on top of any foundation, without your foundation, on top of any cushion foundation, is just stunning. I can't wait for you to witness this. I think I used it. Did I use it recently in an Olive Young haul video? I think I did. They actually have on Olive Young a set where you can buy the foundation, and it comes with a mini highlight cushion and a concealer. HERA is a higher end brand in terms of K-beauty, but I think they're really worth it. I love their lip products too. So I'm going to recommend this HERA one for people who just want to be crazy, crazy glowy. No matter what your skin type, as long as you can manage it throughout the day, this is what these two are going to be for. So let's move on to a nicer shade range. Parnell. This is the Cica Manu Serum Cushion. I can never say that right. One cushion foundation has a whole bottle of serum in this foundation. It is stunning. I wore this. I went to Skin Cupid, which is where I got my refill from, in London. And you can shop online with them as well. I wore this for the whole day. We were filming there all day. It was great. It looked so great on my skin all day. It's kind of like so the first two I showed you are really glowy. This one is going to be that semi-glow. So if you don't want to be over the top glowy, this is going to be a great one. Now, they actually claim that this is the #1 cushion foundation people use in South Korea, which I could understand. But the benefits you get from the serum in the foundation is it reduces redness, it soothes the skin, it's nourishing. But even though it's a foundation with a lot of skincare benefits going on, I don't find that's noticeable in wear. Sometimes, like for example, the HERA ones, lot of skincare, you can see it, it's glowy, it's all this. This is again that mid-glow, so you don't feel like you've just applied your skincare and you've just whacked your foundation on top. It's for all skin types, but I do think this is going to be better for those oilier skin people that really want a glow. I love a Parnell one because it adds hydration to my skin without being overhydrated. So where in those areas where I'm dehydrated, it's just enough but it doesn't come across greasy or oily. And it's also working by like nourishing the skin throughout the day as you wear it. So you're not gonna get into those drier areas where the foundation kind of sinks into that dry skin. You're not gonna get into those patchy areas on the cheek. This is absolutely one of my favorite foundations. I am the shade 27C Cool Petal. I should probably mention the shades that I'm telling you are all my I'm at my palest. This is a great one to touch up with as well. I love just getting this out and tapping on your areas. It doesn't look overdone. It doesn't look like crusty or dusty either. So I'm recommending this again to anyone of any skin type. You want that natural finish. It's not overly glowy. It's not completely matte, but it looks like skin with that medium coverage. Okay, next up is the foundation that I've just been absolutely in love with. I like, this is great. This is from Tokobo, and this is their Apple Dewy Fit Cushion. And you can buy a refill set for this as well. I think I tried this once on a video, and I think people thought it was the tier one. It's just red. I'm the shade 25 Peanut. Now this is very glowy, right? But what I really like about this one is it feels like it renews itself a bit throughout the day. If you find foundation oxidizes on you, especially in their glowier form, this will, it maintains the same shade throughout the whole day. I love this because when you put it on the skin, it is undetectable. You put it on and it's like, where is it? But your skin looks perfect. I mean, perfect. The right amount of glow, and it really does, I'm going to say the word moist. I'm so sorry. It really does keep that moist look to your skin throughout the whole day. This is for anyone, again, of any skin type who wants a long-lasting glow, but you want less than a tinted moisturizer coverage. Because this is like, if I could compare it to anything, tinted water. It is so beautiful. It's just one of my favorites. Their skincare is great anyway. Their skincare is incredible. So when I saw they were slightly extending the shade range, this needs to be extended more because trust me, this will do so well if they extended the shade range. This is kind of an overall everything. The Tier Mask Fit Red Cushion. I love their foundations in general. I'm a huge fan of this brand. I'm not just like, oh, I love their products. I'm a fan of the brand. If I see on their website they are doing limited edition keyrings, I will order something to get the keyring, and I'll give the skincare to my mum loves the skincare actually. Or I'll give a skincare away, or I'll do something like that. Or I'll buy minis to take like traveling with me. I love their lip balms. I just love them in general. I visited their store when we went to Korea like the other month, and it's just beautiful. I just really, really love the brand. I think they're innovative with their formulas. I have every single one of their foundations. Their skincare I love. I'm just a huge fan of the brand. The Mask Fit Red Cushion was my absolute favorite, but recently I've been like adoring the orange one to the AI filter. They also do the crystal version, which is very much like this. Like, it's undetectable on the skin, but even glowier. It's beautiful. I like Tier because they extend their shade ranges very quickly. It was only a few weeks ago, I think the AI filter one didn't have a whole shade range. It only had like 15, and then they extended it to their 30. So I really like how they are listening to people. They're keeping that Korean ingredients, the way they do things, that innovativeness. I just think you should give one of their cushions a go. If you haven't already, you can order sample shades on YesStyle, the sachets for samples. One thing I would say is, just because you are one shade in one of the foundations, and this goes for all foundations, all ranges, if that makes sense. It does not mean that just because you are one shade in one foundation, it does not mean you are the same in the rest of their foundations. Foundations that dry down differently, whether it dries down matte, whether it keeps a glow, are gonna settle differently, and the shade is gonna be slightly different. So do try them beforehand. That's the same for every brand. When I used to work in beauty retail, people would want to try a new foundation and think just to get the same shade, but I'm like, no, we need to test it because it's gonna be different. It's not gonna be the same. I am at the moment, this skin tone is 23N Sand. I'm usually 24N Latte. So I haven't gone that much. I'm just a bit less yellowy than I am during the summer or when I have a tan. So I'm going to end on one that some of you may roll your eyes at. And I want to talk about men's beauty brands in South Korea. Because when we see men's makeup here in the UK, in America, in Australia, Europe, I roll my eyes at them because they're awful. The quality is terrible. It's like you get 3 different shades of concealer and it's this weird balm texture, and they're actually quite unusable for men. They're very detectable on men's skin. It's always like war, metal, building site. Here's your concealer, but it's called Going to War Concealer Cover Stick. And listen, I'm personally not against brands for men, right? I don't hate it, because if a man feels more comfortable wearing makeup and he just wants the packaging to be black, then fine. I am against the ones that are terrible. So for example, there's a brand called, is it called War Paint? who minimal shades, minimal effort in the product. You can tell it's cheap product, right? But if a for men's brand came out with extensive shade ranges, things like that, you need to think, not to be stereotypical, but a lot of men, what's this brush? Oh, it may be their first time using makeup, so you need to make it undetectable on the skin. A lot of men who are using makeup for the first time don't have that skill set to be able to blend it properly into their skin so it's undetectable. They might not even notice. I've seen some men try for men brands and it hasn't gone well. Korea does men's makeup very well. It's not patronizing. It's not like, this is for men and we're men and we love aftershave and hunting. Because you see men in the, air quotes, regular makeup brands. Cologram. You see a lot of K-pop boy groups being spokespeople for brands. Jungsae-mo, one of their newer cushion foundations, the spokespeople are a group of boys. HERA, for example. It is not weird or different or like taboo to see a man advertising a lip stain, a foundation. So the for men brands seem less patronizing out there. They seem less like, here you go, try this balm, this war balm. They're just set a little bit differently, and maybe it is a packaging thing. This is the b.ready cushion foundation I want to talk about today. This is just called the blue cushion. It says SPF 34. You can just see, I don't know, maybe it is a bit more manly with the blue puff, the texture, you know, and I hate to separate men and women in the beauty world, especially me. I posted ages ago something that was like makeup for men or men's makeup, which is a term within the professional beauty world. If I went to a job and they were like, we just need male grooming, men's makeup, that's an instant, okay, I know exactly what you want. It's a category of a way to do makeup. You could sit a woman down and say, I just want a men's touch up on, you know, which means to be, it's brow powder, foundation, brow powder, it's brows, a bit of powder, maybe some concealer, maybe a tiny bit of foundation, some lip balm, or like a neutral lipstick. It's very basic. It's enhancing without being over the top, right? So when I say men's makeup like that, that is a certain style of makeup that's done in the beauty industry. Now, you know me, I wouldn't be like, makeup's just for men, or this makeup's for men, this makeup's for women. So if I'm referring to men's makeup or men's grooming, that's what I mean. Yeah, as it's a professional term. So when I'm saying this does look like more for men, in air quotes, because of the blue, because of white, because blue is a boy's color, it does just give man a little bit more. However, the formula of these for men brands are some of my favorites, right? As I mentioned, Jungsae-mo, brand I love, the makeup artists, even have a for men branch of their brand, and they do incredible foundations. So this is a long-wearing foundation, and it's from More Pacific, which is a huge, huge beauty brand. I think HERA are More Pacific as well. But it's one of their breakthrough formulas. It's kind of like exclusive to them. And it's the world's first cushion for men. So it also regulates the skin's oils. So this is, again, really, really good for somebody who maybe doesn't want to touch up as much throughout the day, who maybe does get a little bit shiny, a little bit oily, and doesn't want to look obvious on their skin. And there's something in this called powder powder dispersibility, which helps the formula lay on the skin 11% thinner while still giving a flawless coverage. So it's gonna give you a great coverage while looking undetectable, really nice and natural on the skin. And it is the #1 cushion for men in South Korea. I can see why it's for men, but I can also see it being great for people who don't want to touch up throughout the day, who maybe don't have as much time to touch up throughout the day, who want that natural coverage, but to even out the skin tone for any skin type as well. I hope I explained that well, because I know makeup for men, even for me, is a very taboo subject. The way they do it in Korea, much like everything else, is just better and has more of a meaning. And it doesn't seem, like I said, patronizing or separate from the rest of the beauty world, men being involved in beauty. All right, thank you so much for joining me. I hope there was something in there that you liked, something you were interested in. Let me know if you want my opinions on any other cushion foundations, and leave those recommendations down in the comments for me. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.